Hey people, please listen to this and I'll come back with a few comments. Please listen.
A woman that is highly intelligent, it go hard for you to keep your marriage. You know why? Because you too know. Unless you will subconsciously come down for a man. Two captain cannot be in a boat. You know, understand? And we not say you know. We know that you are intelligent. But by the time we say you they use your intelligence, they oppress one when marry you for us. My problem is that. I'm not saying being intelligent is a bad thing. No, it is not a bad thing. It's actually a good and a very adorable thing. But you should know where to draw the line. You should know your boundaries. In case of time when we say you go see, okay, my husband here. You know? Show small side of your foolishness so that marriage will last. You too know. And I know say intelligent women that they like they argue where they don't want hear. But their own be their own. You don't understand? They won't correct every little thing. When we say man, they do. You don't do things like that. You get me? Calm down for your high horse. You too, your shoulder pad there. You too they move the spring ash like python. It's too high. Calm down some more so that man go fit. You and man go fit day. Use your brain.
Okay, interesting. Well, I'm sure some of you are you already assume that my response will be okay, we destroy the man, we abuse the man is small-minded, he's not man enough, and blah 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 blah. That is what you probably expect. But if you've been following me, you know that I don't trumpet what is already massively being said by everybody. If everybody is saying the same thing, why should I waste your time and my time to repeat the same thing that you've heard over and over and over? The truth is, this conversation is a lot more nuanced than that, and there are more than one side to this story. All right. Fact is that, of course, it's only a little man that will require a woman to lower her intelligence for him to love her. That's actually the basic fact. That's the starting point. No man who is worth his salt will require that a woman lowers her intelligence, that she showcases her foolishness once in a while so that he can feel comfortable. That is just not what real men do. However, the problem is little men interpreting our intelligence as arrogance. That is on one side. However, on the other side, we also have women who are arrogant, but they think they are intelligent. So the problem on the other side is little women interpreting arrogance as intelligence. I'm just going to help you to make a clear difference between what arrogance is and what intelligence is, because the two are very, very different and they come with different sets of symptoms. And I'm just going to highlight a few so that you will know whether you are a little man who is interpreting intelligence as arrogance, or you are a little woman who is interpreting arrogance as intelligence, because the two are very different. Now, an intelligence, a little man who is not what he saw. See, the role of a man, we call him the bridegroom. Why? Because he is supposed to groom the bride. So any man rather, who requires a woman to lower her intelligence for him to be able to love her and for him to be able to feel comfortable in the relationship, has openly declared his lack of capacity to groom that woman. That is an open declaration that I am not man enough for this woman. That's what it is. So if you are dating that kind of man right now, what you need to do is to allow him to go and grow. And if you are still available while he's grown, you can still date him, or he goes and grow and marry somebody else. While you look for men that are of your size, that man is just simply not your size. That's what it means. And if you are currently married to that man right now, if you are that man, you are listening to me, you must be the one to grow, not the woman to reduce her intelligence. Grow so that you can become the person that can groom her. You are not measuring up to the size of this woman. That's what it means. And that's why you are threatened by her intelligence and you are interpreting it as arrogance. So let's talk about what intelligence is and how it is being misrepresented. So a little man will interpret these symptoms of intelligence as arrogance. My woman is having an opposing view. Why does she disagree with me? How can I say something and she's saying something different? having an opposing view is not a sign of arrogance. It's a sign that she's intelligent, she's gone to school, she has a brain, she has a functioning mind, and she is exercising it for the betterment of that relationship and the family. Also, speaking of for what she likes or dislikes, that is not arrogance. She's a full-blown human being. So she has a right to like certain things or dislike certain things. So you want the AC on, she wants it off. You want to sleep on one side of the bed, she wants to sleep on the other side of the bed. She is a full-blown human being, and therefore she has her likes and dislikes. And her expressing what she likes or dislikes, or maybe you said something and she says, I don't like what you said. That is not a sign of arrogance. That is a sign of intelligence and is to be welcomed in every healthy relationship. Handling her personal affairs without your approval. Some people has stretched this matter of submission to a level where the woman has practically become a slave. She can't breathe without you. She can't even make a decision on things that pertains to her role in the office or her role in her business without your permission. She can't just up and say, I want to go to school. You have to approve. She can't up and say, I want to buy this or buy that. You have to approve. Sometimes there's a certain level of submission that borders on repression, that borders on, slavery, and an intelligent woman will not submit to that kind of thing. She will handle her personal affairs, not necessarily with your permission sometimes, all right? Correcting you or giving you feedback or even teaching you as the man, that is not a sign of arrogance. There are things that she knows better than you. There are things that she's better, she's smarter than you in certain areas. And that doesn't reduce your space, your place as the leader of the relationship or as the leader of the family. She's just more, a smart president will hire an economist will hire someone who knows about economy more than him to manage the economy of the nation. A smart president of a nation will hire a health minister that is more grounded in that sector than him. And in that sector and in that space, she might know better than you in certain areas. So if she's correcting you or she wants to educate you in certain areas, it doesn't mean that she's arrogant. It just means that she's intelligent. And that's what a real man actually needs. Refusing to be your slave, that is not arrogance. Sometimes, see, in every relationship, all of us must give our spouse the freedom to say no to us sometimes. Why? Because all of us, we have our beast. And when your beast comes out and the other person does not have the capacity to say no, that is how people become monsters. There are many relationships that have ended today that would not have ended if the other party had learned to say no early on in those relationships. Oh, maybe you are cheating or she caught you and all of that, and she says, no, I'm not going to take this. You cannot up and say, oh, you are being arrogant, I'm the man. No. Or you want to wake her up to 2 a.m. to go cook something for you in the kitchen. That is burden on slavery. And if she says no, it just means that she's a woman who has her self-esteem intact and she's not going to submit to slavery in the name of submission. So if she's refusing some certain excesses that you have, if you're refusing to participate or submit to you when you are going into excess, she is not being arrogant. She's just being intelligent. And that will be good for you in that relationship. Because all of us, we have our monster that wants to come out every once in a while. And you need a partner who is solid enough to say no in order for us to manage our edges. Otherwise, all of us will become free-range monsters. All right? Expressing our gifts and talent, that is not arrogance. She wants to speak up in a meeting. She wants to start a business. She wants to hold the mic and speak publicly. She wants to, or maybe even in her dress sense, she wants to express herself. That is not arrogance. That is just intelligence. You are the one saying it. Oh, you are a married woman. Why must you wear colored hair? You are a married woman. Why must you wear... Of course, there are certain things that doesn't befit, an intelligent woman, that doesn't befit someone of a good standing in terms of dressing. But there are many other things that some men interpret. Oh, in my house, no woman will do this, no woman will do that. If you stifle that woman just because of your personal preference, you are not being a real man. You are being a little man. A real man will allow her to flourish, will allow her to thrive, will allow her to express herself, will even encourage her and support her to be everything that she wants to be. All right? So now let's talk to the woman who misinterpret arrogance as intelligence, because that's the real issue that we are dealing with in some certain, and we must lay it down. Woman, listen to me. A lot of men are afraid to say this, but I'm going to tell you this fact. There's a level of arrogance you can have as a woman. Even the best man cannot cope with you. Let me repeat myself. There's a level of arrogance and there's a level of bad behavior that you can have as a woman. Oh, because when things happen, we always like to blame the man. Oh, you are the man, you must be able to control her, you are supposed to be able to manage her, you're supposed to be able to groom her. All of that is true. But at the same time, we are all human beings, and we have our will, our choices, to the extent that even God does not force anybody to. God has not, even God has not been able to achieve his goal of making everyone believe in him. Jesus had 12 disciples. One of them still turned on him and said, no, I'm not going to do what you want me to do. I've listened to your teaching, but I'm just going to go my own way, and there's nothing you're going to do about it. Bible said concerning the children of Israel, Bible said they frustrated God. God said, I want you to go left. They say, no, we are going right, and there was nothing God could do about it. So there's a level of arrogance, and there's a level of lack of good behavior, and there's a level of lack of self-control and lack of maturity that you can have as a woman, that even if you're married to the best man in the world, that marriage will not work, just because you have made a choice to be of bad behavior. So let me speak to you right now, because some of you, the problem is that you are misinterpreting your arrogance as intelligence. And here are the symptoms for you to know if you are one of such. You are unwilling to serve him. You believe that you are a modern woman. You are not supposed to serve your husband. He can serve himself. Does he not have his hand? Does he not have his this? Is he not a man? I'm too busy. You are unwilling to even receive requests from him to say, sweetheart, help me get a cup of water. Sweetheart, I need this, I need that. You are unwilling to serve. That is not intelligence. That is arrogance. And that relationship will not work. That marriage will not be happy, because you are too, you're like that woman said, your shoulder pad is too high. No matter how what you have become in your industry, in your office, financially, in the society, you achieve misses, everybody. You have to be willing to serve your husband. Otherwise, it simply doesn't work. You are never wrong. Oh, I'm always right. And some people play this women card. I'm a woman. As women, we have this intuition. We always know. We are always right. That is sheer arrogance. The same way men don't have monopoly of intelligence, the same way women don't have monopoly of intuition. You have not suddenly become Holy Spirit simply because you are a woman. You have not suddenly become God simply because you are a woman. You are wrong sometimes. You will be wrong sometimes, and it's simply wisdom and intelligence to admit to that and not hold on to, oh, I'm a woman, I always know. You don't always know. Nobody in this world always knows. That is just sheer arrogance, and it's not intelligence. You refuse to apologize. I'm the woman, you're supposed to pamper me. What about when you are wrong? You're supposed to pamper me. You're supposed to do this for me. You're supposed to listen to me. You're supposed to accommodate my excesses. No, see, even God does not accommodate our excesses forever. Even God does not have an eternally open room for all our excesses. Bible says God is slow to anger. Have you heard that before? God is slow to anger. You know what that means? God eventually gets angry. It's just that it's slow to get there. God will that's why it says that, can we continue in sin that grace may abound? All these are supposed to allow my excesses. I'm your baby girl. I'm supposed to, even my bad behavior, you're supposed to accommodate it. It has its limit. And when you overstretch it, you are bordering on arrogance. That is no longer intelligence. Sometimes you will be wrong, and the right thing to do is to apologize and admit that you are wrong. She takes feedback personal. Anytime they tell you, oh, what you said is not right, what you did is not right, you take it personal. You're attacking me. I feel oppressed. You're a narcissist. All of that is just arrogance. It's not intelligence. An intelligent woman will appreciate the fact that she has someone who speaks truth to her sometimes, so that she can grow, because she knows that her beauty and her glory is in our growth. All right. So don't take people personal. That's just arrogance. Unnecessarily argumentative. Every little thing you are ready to argue. Why did you wear the right socks first instead of the left socks? Why? You're ready to argue about every little thing that doesn't go the way you want it to go. That is not intelligent. That is arrogance. An intelligent woman will know that every human being needs a room for freedom to do things the way they want, even make mistakes sometimes and correct themselves, and not necessarily be controlled about every minute thing. You don't always have to have an opinion about everything. Sometimes it's good to just keep quiet and let people be. So when you are always, you're always argumentative about everything, you are not being intelligent, you are being arrogant. Also, I think I'll just leave it there because this video is already 15 minutes long, and that's not the plan. But I hope this has helped you. You don't need to lower your intelligence. What you need to do is to raise your humility. Don't lower your intelligence, but raise your humility as a woman, and you will, and make sure that you are also with a man who is man enough to appreciate your intelligence, not even just appreciate it, but to even boost it and make you more intelligent. And if you are ever with any man who wants you to reduce your intelligence before they can love you, you know that you are with a little man who has openly declared his lack of capacity to manage you and to groom you as a woman. And if you are that man, what you need to do if you are currently married is to go and grow. Go and grow. The problem is not her, it's actually you. You are the one who needs to grow so that you don't demand her to reduce her intelligence. When you grow, you will be able to help her to even become more intelligent. And if you are currently dating such a man, please go and look for a man that is your size. That man is simply not your size. And it will be a terrible mistake if you end up marrying someone who is not your size, because men are in sizes. All right? I hope this has helped. Thank you for your time. I wish you bliss.